may nag-tweet!
May nag-tweet! Ang OA ha. So ito na nga yung tweet, ang sabi, I am a PLHIV and I am feeling a little down these days. I was wondering if meron ba kayong alam na inspiring and empowered stories. Evil Queen Viñas DeLuxe, #play Poz Rewind.
Ay, taray. Actually, saktong-sakto ha. Tamang-tama yung tweet na yan. Dahil sa topic natin today's video,
Yes.
ano daw? So ngayong episode na to ay all about self-empowerment.
Ay, Bongga.
Powerful tayo.
Do you feel empowered today, Miss Viñas?
Hindi lang today, every day. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel empowered. Ganon, divine.
Kabog.
So ito na nga, ang topic natin for today's video is about PLHIVs and their support system at mga personal stories of advocacy and volunteerism. No, syempre, mas kabog yung ating guest for today!
Ay, may guest pala tayong kasama.
Yes, guest of honor.
Yes. Siyempre, of course, we have our very special guest today. We have Eros de Vera with us today.
Yay!
Yes. So since Eros is a transaction specialist 3 working for JP Morgan Chase Bank.
Shala.
Di mo kaya. And a 40-year-old PLHIV who is very passionate about running and in helping the PLHIV community. Hi, Eros!
Hi,
Welcome!
Hello po.
Eh, taray. 40 ka na talaga?
Yes.
Uli halata. Okay, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Ano pa ibang ginagawa mo sa buhay? Na ano ko kanina, nagtumatakbo-takbo ka din. Saan ka ba nagtatatakbo?
Ay, within the metro. Charot. Yes, within Metro Manila or even may times na I run outside of Metro Manila for specific races na I signed up for.
At the race talaga.
Race talaga siya.
Taray.
Ganun
Kami
tayo
din,
sa
nag-race
race.
din. Nag-race.
Nag-race. So, it's nice. So, you're from JP Morgan Chase. How is it like sa workplace nyo? Like, do they know of your status or was it?
They actually know my status because I was diagnosed while I was starting my employment there with them. Parang I started with the firm around 2008. Then I got diagnosed a few months after 2009. January ako na-diagnose. So, wala pa akong isang taon sa firm when I was diagnosed.
Required ba na parang i-inform mo din sila? Ganon?
Sinabi ko sa kanila, voluntarily, kasi I will be out for 2 weeks. Kasi at that time, way back 2009, ang trial ng ARV trial was you have to be parang confined sa hospital for 2 weeks. Unlike nowadays nga na you can be given the treatment
already.
pero you don't have to stay in a hospital. So it's very, very different now.
So, you were diagnosed in what year?
2009.
2009. So, what changed since you knew of your status?
Mas of course, after knowing my status, parang it was a personal choice na you really have to better take good care of yourself. Aside from the usual, before, I was already taking care of myself, pero mas may pag-aalaga this time. More of a lifestyle
care,
change,
maxi-care.
self-care kasi siya. Dahil, di ba nga, hindi naman ganon kadaling mag-come out to someone or to friends na you have HIV because of the stigma. So, you really have to start with yourself na ano ba ang goal mo after mo malaman na meron kang HIV? So, do you want to live longer or gusto mo na lang ba malugmok doon sa lungkot and just let things be? Or, yun nga, if you'd like to live longer, anong dapat mong gawin? So, initially, you'd have to start with yourself like, I used to drink a lot, I used to smoke a lot, and party a lot. So, babawasan natin yon kasi lahat yon, di ba nga sabi nila, everything is good as long as it's done in moderation. Since hindi naman na ganun kaganda ang immune system because of the virus, of course, may negative effect yung pagpababaya natin sa sarili natin. Then, if I smoke too much, then of course, sa lungs naman. Then, pag masyado nagpa-party, masyado nagpupuyat, then actually, the CD4 would also be suffering or yung immune count natin would definitely suffer.
So, ano mga struggles mo nung nalaman mo yan?
So, nung nalaman ko na yung status ko, more of, I know that I'll be fine kasi alam ko kung ano yung gagawin ko. Pero ang question ngayon is, how about the people that I might have infected unintentionally during that time na hindi ko pa alam yung status ko? What would be happening to them? So, yun yung bagay na gumugulo lang sa isip ko at that time.
I can only imagine, like, if you've been through it, na parang, hala, baka nakawan kasi ganito, I should have been more careful. Like, meron ka bang ganong phase when you discovered na you were positive?
Not necessarily regret because nagkaroon ako nung virus. But the regret was, it would be a regret on my end if in the event na meron nga ako nahawaan. Kasi unintentional yun. It wasn't really a choice na gusto kitang bigyan itong virus na to. But it wasn't my intention if naipasa ko siya. So yung regret lang na sana hindi ko siya naipasa. Yun lang. Parang gano'n. Kasi yun nga, people would have different ways of coping up with knowing your status upon discovering that you're no longer the regular person that you can be with the virus, diba?
Ang sweet mo naman, talagang inuuna mo pa silang isipin.
For some unknown reason, yun pa rin talaga.
Parang na-in-love tuloy ako.
Ay! Pwede ka nang i-reband.
Best heart. So, may na-experience ka na bang mga discrimination naman sa work, ganyan?
Fortunately, even when I came out publicly in 2016, I'm glad that I was with the right company.
2016. So you discovered 2009.
I came out publicly in
minus mo.
7 years.
7 years
Okay.
na I was thinking. Although, yun nga, sa work, yung HR namin had to know. And of course, my immediate boss at that time in 2009, kasi I will be out for 2 weeks Pero when I came out publicly about my status, I'm just glad that I was with the right company because I did not even feel that I was different, that they didn't even care that I have HIV.
Parang can I ask, since nag-out ka, tapos sabi mo you were lucky na parang you were in a good group of people, surrounded by the right people. For other kids or other patients na nag-PLHIV, would you encourage them to come out?
I would encourage them to come out, but it's like coming out for a person in the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Now, you only come out whenever you feel safe. You don't come out by force. Huwag ka magpapa-peer pressure. Kasi ang lagi kong ambilin pag kami mga nakakausap ako is, pag meron kang gustong sabihan at meron kang pag-aalinlangan, kapitan mo yun. Hindi lalabas yung pag-aalinlangan mo yun ng walang dahilan. So, kapitan mo yung doubt na yun kasi pag wala yung doubt na yun, it means na you really are safe with that person Then you can come out freely na alam mo na walang judgment kang maririnig sa kanila. Pero pag may naramdaman ka na kahit 1% lang yan, panghawakan mo yung 1% na yun kasi it will mean a lot pagka alam mo na tama yung decision mo na i-hold back mo na yung pag-come out to that person.
Anong mo? Parang turning point mo na, okay, mag-out na ako.
Kasi yung when I was first diagnosed in 2009, nung lumipat ako sa Cebu, I met 2 publicly out na PLHIVs around 2010 yan. So sabi ko, I'd like to become them someday. Na parang publicly out with my status and helping fight for the rights of other people living with HIV. Then, the opportunity actually came yun nga nung 2016 lang. And sabi ko, I guess this is the right time na for me to come out publicly and just come out clean that this is me and I've been living with the HIV for this many years and I'd like to share my story.
So para kang nahugutan ng no?
Actually, totoo.
Ng nota.
Pero kasi 2016 to 2009, that's like 7 years na kinimkim mo siya. And did it change, I mean, anong naging start na difference na?
Actually, wala akong difference na naramdaman from the people around me. Pero, ang laking burden yung nawala sa akin na hindi ko na kailangang isipin kung ano yung iisipin ng ibang tao when they find out. Kasi in the first place, I've already laid out the cards that I am this long living with HIV. Whatever you think of me, since I don't normally interact with you naman on a daily basis, I won't care as long as the people around me accepts me for who I am.
Love it. O dahil dyan, ano naman yung mga ma-advise mo para sa mga PLHIV na pinagdadaanan yung mga bagay-bagay na to?
One of the things kasi na nakatulong talaga is yung support system. Totoo yan na hindi lang naman sa taong may HIV nangyayari yan eh. Anyone na may pinagdaraanan, depende doon sa situation. Kaya nga parang, di ba, may Alcohol Anonymous or something like that. Meron tayong mga rehabilitation centers for people who are abusing drug use, mga ganyan. Kasi the support system really works. Pero yun lang, you have to be voluntary din na in joining and being able to share your story. Kasi syempre when you join a group, hindi maiiwasan na aalamin din nila yung story mo eh. So kailangan, when you join them, you're ready. Kasi you're going to share part of your of your journey.
Kaya parang mahirap makisama yun. Kasi syempre, you don't get to pick kung sino yun nandun sa community na yun eh. Pero you wanted to stay with them kasi you have a common experience. Nahirapan ka ba na makisama sa
Hindi naman. Kasi surprisingly, since we actually have the same parang fear initially eh. Especially before I came out na parang I'd like to meet other people who are PLHIVs, but I don't want na makilala kami as a group na living with HIV outside of pagka nakikita-kita sa labas. Kasi nga because of the stigma, di ba? Since hindi pa natin natatanggal yung stigma na yon, we'd still like to keep it a secret. Parang ganon.
Ngayon ba, nararamdaman may stigma pa rin?
Meron pa rin, in some ways. Pero hindi na siya, kumbaga for me, hindi na siya ganon ka-pronounced as before. Lalo na kasi yung kabataan natin ngayon is since yung accessibility with information is very easy, mas madali because of technology. Unlike before na you really just have to go to parang ang mahal pa ng internet at that time. So hindi ka naman basta-basta mag-search what HIV is about. So it's either you go to a library or you ask doctors or ask medical professionals about what HIV is. And ngayon na even researches are accessible through the internet, it's very easy to get a grip of the actual knowledge and share it to other people.
Right. So, backtrack muna tayo since when you first learned your status, ganyan. Anong initial reaction mo? May pinagsabihan ka ba agad?
I was actually with a friend who was also getting tested for HIV at that day na I got my result. So, sa kanya ko kagad sinabi. Kasi parang this friend, parang lagi kami nagpapatest every now and then. So, lagi kami magkasama. So, I was comfortable with sharing my information with him. So, siya ang unang-una nakaalam nun.
Ano yung mga limits mo kapag dinidisclose mo yung bagay na to or mga kinoconsider mo bago mo sabihin sa ibang tao?
One of the things na kinonsider ko is parang kasi sa office yung mga pinagsabihan ko, parang chinek ko na may medical background. Kasi the first teammate na sinabihan ko after the diagnosis was, she took up microbiology. So sabi ko, may at least for some reason sabi ko, I think
she's yun, di ko maintindihan. Mass communication yun.
Totoo, kaya parang pinili ko din. Tapos yung close friend niya, sabi niya, hindi ko ito makikip sa sarili ko eh. Okay naman na i-share din natin kay ganito. Sabi ko, since I think meron namang may common ground kami, sabi ko, sige, share natin sa kanya. And I'm glad I listened to my gut feeling na when you come out when you feel safe.
Yes.
Dahil sabi mo yan, no? So, ito yung mga una mong friends na naging support system mo din? Or
yes, sila din.
Sila din.
So, meron pang mga iba na nakatulong sa'yo with your journey as PLHIV?
Yes, my family. Kasi, yun nga, since I was being confined for 2 weeks, sa hospitals, di ba, parang ang requirement nila, ang bantay, kailangan may isang family relative na magbabantay aside from friends na pwede magbantay. So they have one blood relative na kailangan magbantay. So I initially came out with my dad. Tapos unknowingly, at ang funny pa kasi, mas una ko pang nasabi sa kanya na I have HIV versus bago ako nag-come out na bakla ako. So weird.
Bakla ka?
Hindi ko nga alam eh.
Hindi ko alam.
So it was a very ironic thing na I was able to come out na mas taboo to a person who grew up in a church na very conservative, mas nakapag-come out pa ako as a person living with HIV versus as a gay person to my dad. Mas una ko na reveal yun sa kanila.
And then your mom,
And then parang
or
pasensya na, pero sort of breach of privacy. Pero I didn't mind. My dad told my mom. And then tapos parang bigla na lang pinag-usapan sa lamesa habang nagdi-dinner, parang ganon. So I actually did not mind it since parang sabi ko, whatever happens, parang I was decided na whether my brother and sister would take me or accept me as their kuya pa rin or reject me as because I have HIV. I parang decided na ako that time na regardless kung anong mangyayari, basta I just needed to come out to someone in the family kasi kailangan may magbantay for me.
Pero close ka ba sa family? And how did they take it?
Close naman, pero really not very closely knit, pero close enough. I'm actually surprised na when they found out, hindi nagbago yung tingin nila eh. Nothing changed.
Oh, so close kayo ng family mo, tapos nag-open ka pa. Close open.
Alam mo yan.
So gaano kahalaga naman sa'yo ang pagkakaroon ng support system?
Very important siya kasi sila ang pagkukunan mo ng lakas to help you get through the journey. Kung wala ka kasing support system, kahit na sabihin mong you're a strong person, kaya nga dun napapatunayan na no man is an island because kailangan mo talaga ng tutulak sa'yo on your lowest point in your life. Kailangan may tutulak sa'yo pataas at i-uplift yung spirits mo. Hindi pwedeng ikaw na lang ng ikaw palagi.
Spiritual.
Maraming salamat
Thank you
for your
for
time,
having me.
Eros.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, palakpakan natin sa mga kaibigan.
Pag nag-thank you na exit na, no?
Sana huwag na nagtatagal pa. Thank you, Eros.
Thank you po.
Thank you so much.
Kuya-kuya ko siya noon. And then, ate-ate ko na siya.
Wala nga akong curriculum. Pwede ba akong mag-enroll sa inyo?
Pwede po.
Kasi ako hindi ako pwedeng mag-counsel. Baka kung ano man yung dun sa kina-counsel ko.